Hello everyone and welcome to MyniQ podcast. I'm your host and I'll be sharing short English stories and conversations with you every day. Today's episode is Shadows of May. And the text level is 6. Learn how to talk about things that might happen and things that describe other things. Stick around till the end for 5 quick questions to test your understanding. Alright then, let's get listening.
Shadows of May. In the depths of a Parisian night, where shadows danced upon the walls, a sense of foreboding settled over the city. It was May 1st, 1968, and the air was thick with anticipation. The students and workers, fueled by their discontent, had been marching through the streets for hours, their cries and chants echoing off the buildings. As I walked among them, I felt a sense of unease creeping over me. The police were closing in, their batons at the ready. I knew that this was more than just a protest, it was a revolution. The people had had enough, and they were demanding change. The May Day parade riot was about to erupt into chaos. The sound of shattering glass and screams filled the air as the protesters clashed with the police. I watched in horror as the world around me descended into anarchy. And yet, amidst the turmoil, I saw a glimmer of hope, a chance for something new to be born from the ashes of the old.
Now, let's move on to the conversation between Billy, Meg, Callie, and their teacher, Louis, after reading the novel.
I loved how the author described the May Day parade riot in Paris. It was so vivid.
Yeah, I felt like I was right there with them, experiencing the chaos and anarchy. It's crazy to think that this actually happened.
As a history teacher, I appreciate how the author portrayed the students' desire for change and their willingness to take risks.
I liked how the author showed the contrast between the old and the new. The revolution was like a birth from the ashes of the old society.
And I loved how the author didn't just focus on the negative aspects, but also showed a glimmer of hope in the midst of all that chaos.
Yeah, it's true. The novel shows that even in the darkest times, there's always room for change and growth.
Exactly, and I think that's what makes history so fascinating. It's not just about dates and events, but also about people's experiences and perspectives.
I never thought of it that way, but now that you mention it, I can see how the novel is like a window into the past, showing us how people lived and felt back then.
And it makes me realize how important it is to learn from history, so we don't repeat the same mistakes again.
Now, let's test your understanding of the novel and the dialogue with 5 questions. Question 1. What was happening on May 1st, 1968 in Paris? A. It was a sunny day. B. The students and workers were marching through the streets for hours. C. The police were closing in with their batons at the ready. D. The May Day parade riot had just erupted into chaos. E. A revolution was about to begin. The answer is B. The students and workers were marching through the streets for hours. Question 2. How did the author describe the May Day parade riot? A. As a quiet and peaceful event. B. As a chaotic and anarchy-filled scene. C. As a boring and uninteresting event. D. As a beautiful and serene event. E. As a normal and everyday occurrence. The answer is B. As a chaotic and anarchy-filled scene. Question 3. What did the students want to change? A. Their clothes. B. The way they ate their lunch. C. Their desire for freedom and equality. D. The music they listened to. E. The way they played sports. The answer is C. their desire for freedom and equality. Question 4. Who are discussing the novel? A. Carrie and Meg, 2 teachers. B. Billy and Louie, 2 students. C. Meg and Louie, a teacher and a student. D. Carrie and Billy, 2 students. E. Louie and Meg, a teacher and a student. The answer is E. Louie and Meg, a teacher and a student. Question 5. What did the novel show? A. Only the negative aspects of the revolution. B. Only the positive aspects of the revolution. C. A glimmer of hope in the midst of chaos. D. The importance of learning from history. E. How to make a good sandwich. The answer is C. A glimmer of hope in the midst of chaos. That's it for today's quiz. How many did you answer correctly? Thanks for tuning in to my channel today. I hope you enjoyed the stories and conversations and found the quiz challenging yet fun. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for more daily English learning content. Until next time, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day.